There's a break channel way out there. Let's give it a try, OTR listener. Okay, I wasn't sure if you were trying to check in here to the old Tube Radio Network. Are you trying to check in? Over. All right, you're listening to the old Tube Radio Network. We're transmitting out of Fresno, but we have stations from all throughout the valley checking in tonight. And they will be soon be operating the glow-in-the-dark old tube radios from the 11-meter CB radio service from the late 50s and the 60s and the 70s, and we're standing by for that. So I hope you can listen in with us. Right now we're on the direct net roll call looking for SWL 90 Boomer. The Eye in the Sky, Andrew, SWL 91. SWL 92, Baby Boy. Mr. FCC, Joe, SWL 98. Mr. Window, Mitch, SWL 113. Rebel, Kenny, SWL 131. The Charlie Lima India Foxtrot, Green Arrow, SWL 135. Gentleman Jim, SWL 145.
I'd like to do a proxy on SWL 145.
All right, hello, Patrick. Gentleman Jim, 145. We'll get the proxy check-in for Jim there. Thanks.
Thank you.
TJ, Tom, SWL 147. Who's the breaking station? This is OTR. All right, 90, Boomer, we're on the right page. Let's move up a couple of notches there, and we'll get the X in the square where it belongs. And thanks for listening in tonight, SWL 90. Down the page for the Course Gold Starliner, SWL 195. From Course Gold, sounding good tonight, Jim, and we've got the X in the square.
Break OTR.
The break OTR, please proceed.
Yes, sir, there, Dan. Boy, I messed up. Was busy. Almost forgot. SWL 66, check in late.
Okay, well, I guess as long as we're still on the frequency here, can't be all that late. Over to page 3, the Witch Doctor. First check-in of our new 8-week roster, and we've got the X in the square, Jim.
Hey, Rogers, thank you most. Got a break.
And we've got, let's see, 11 and 12 checking in via the crossband. And well, let me get one more check-in here. We'll pick up the break. SWL, the three-wheeler, somewhere near Mariposa now. Jeff, SWL 226. All right, nothing heard from Jeff. Who's the breaking station? This is OTR.
135.
135. Right where we need to be, page 4. Otherwise known as the Green Arrow, or the, as we said before, the Charlie Lima India Foxtrot at low radio.
Yeah, SWL 135 checking in. I'd also also like to proxy 79 DC in.
All right, we can do that if I turn the page here. Philip, yeah, DC 79 with the proxy check, and we've got it.
Oh, okay, well, you went through that fast. There must have been nobody there. I just stepped out to get a sip of something to drink. You were at 89. I came back and you were at 145.
I don't know. I thought we're taking a little extra time on the roll call tonight to get everybody's names and things associated with the numbers if anybody's taking notes, and I just looked at the time here, and holy cow, we still haven't gotten the radios yet, and we're already 40 after, so I don't know, maybe it's, time flies when you are having Foxtrot Uniform November. Anyway, thanks for checking in. Glowing in the Dark radios will be happening in just a moment, but before we do, I want to make sure if there are any shortwave listeners who would like to check in at this time, if you just wandered by, now's the time to do it, get you in without any hassle. When you break in, include your SWL number. We will pick you up in order. The Old Tube Radio Network, listening for SWL check-ins. The break coach here, go ahead. Radio checking. All right, hang on one there, Chris. Let me get over to the other list. And yeah, that thing is doing a classic control carrier, where it like the old Rakes used to do. And I don't know if it's screen modulation or grid modulation, whatever they did. My Heathkit DX60B does that. It works on a controlled carrier. So I'm not sure what happened. I wonder if you've got a tube that's got something amiss, or if you've got a component part that's shorted out there in the final somewhere. But boy, it sounds weird. You definitely gotta be careful. Hang on one. Let me get the list, and we'll be right back to you.
I can actually hear him.
Yeah, signal's down a little bit, but yeah, notice he's in a controlled carrier mode on the audio, almost like he's running a modulator. The tube's gone into a modulator mode. Glowing in the Dark is where we're at now. Going over to the radio list here for January 15th, 2011. I'm going to do a little adjustment on the radio. Hello. Yeah, about as good as it's going to get. One more. One more little adjustment here. Radio test 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. One, two, three, four. No, just like that. Trying to work on the SWRs here, see if I can get them just a little bit better. All right. Chris, on the general radio telephone, give us another transmission there, see if we can figure out what's going on. It's got plenty of modulation. It's just because of the way the carrier's working it distorts, and signal isn't quite up to snuff where it should be. So, like I said, it sounds like there might be something in the final component area there that's acting a little bit suspicious. But we'll get you in as radio number 1 here on our first radio, I should say. On the list here, the general radio telephone Super MC11A I don't know, maybe after 50 years it needs a new tube. The signal, if you look at the meter, would act like that. It would swing like that, but your audio would be a lot high frequency and kind of tinny, and I'd be able to actually tune you in and make the carrier come back to life, if as it were. But that's truly, if you were looking at a watt meter, when you key down, you would basically see nothing, and you would just see it wiggle as you talk, and that's exactly what it's doing. It's into what I call a controlled carrier state, or what it sounds like is you stuck a modulator, on the back of the radio there, and you mistuned it severely. It sounds like a severely mistuned linear, is what it sounds like, over.
Hey, Chris, I've got both tubes. Dennis, did he ask me to give him a call?
Yes, he did, over.
Okay, if I don't call him in 5 minutes, tell him to call me. Because I'm looking up his number. If I don't have it, he can call me.
All right, copy, and like I say, he'll try and give you a call. If not in 5, you might return it the other way. Chris, thank you for the thrift store special, the General Radio Telephone Super MC 11A, in kind of a strange self-configured controlled carrier mode, something we might expect from a Drake or a Heathkit DX60B, or what they used to do to the Johnson Messengers with the switch. They used to kick him into a control carrier, but it sounded just a little bit different. Anyway, got you checked in at 844, and of course, in future episodes, we'll get to hear that the way it was meant to be. The Old Tube Radio Network, we are now listening for any and all check-ins, especially those that glow in the dark, the vintage radios of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. That's why we're here. And it's your turn. Our tube radio operators who actually take the time and spend the money and get the Radio Shack all ready for their collections, and are gracious enough to bring them by on a Saturday night to share with the shortwave listeners. So we're standing by listening for radios.